So I ran out of painter's tape. Well, I don't have any downstairs. I'm just going to use a white tape. I don't think you're going to see it. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to see. All I'm doing is I'm wrapping the tape around, keeping it as straight as I can. You don't have to be exact here. It's not a necessity to be perfectly straight, perfect, you know. So I'm just going to go right around. I'm going to meet up with the other side of the tape. Take it off. I'm just going to check the camera there and see if that's visible. Oh, it is. It's okay. Well, you get the idea. I could take a marker and draw it around, but I think we're good here. So I made myself I just took a slab. This stuff here, 3/4 inch melamine. It's in the garbage all the time. People throw out the big garbage, and they throw out their desks. They throw out shelves. They throw out whatever they think is garbage, and yeah, maybe it's cheap garbage, it's not worth much, but you can make quick little jigs that, you know, do what you need them to do, and it doesn't cost you a dime. So I'm always hunting the garbages and checking out things, because I find you'd be amazed at what you find in the garbage. So I put a thicker block here, and I just drove 2 screws down. They're 3-inch screws, I didn't have anything less, so I put them on angles. And that's just to go through and not go through the actual bottom of the board and meet and connect this in. It doesn't have to be square or anything, it's just so that I can push my logs up against this. I'm not sure if I'm going to do something else with this side or if I'm going to cut it off here. It doesn't matter right now, it's just a quick jig. On the other side, just got a little hook right here. It hooks on the end of my bench. So that's something nice and sturdy to push against. And I can keep things nice and hard against the bench. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my saw. For this type of work, I use my cheaper saw. I just got a little Mastercraft there at Canadian Tire. And anytime you're sawing, first of all, a lot of times, this is my habits anyway, and so I'm going to blame everybody in the world. But my first habit, and when I was first sawing, you always want to push down and get through as fast as possible because you're hand sawing and it seems to take forever. But the trick to a saw is to not put any pressure down, like, you know, a little bit. If you need to understand the little amount of pressure you need to put, try holding it like this, just a little like that, just as it's not super comfortable, but it gives you an idea how much pressure you really only need. The saw is what does the work. Your muscle does not do the work when you're hand sawing. Most hand tools are like that. So I'm just going to slowly draw the line with my saw. I'm only going in, I'm just going in about, you know, I don't know, about, you know, 1/8 of an inch, not even, you know, millimeter, whatever. And I'm just following. So once I get that line started, I use that line that my saw is in, slowly turning and using that line as my guide and the tape to ensure I'm going straight across. Okay, I get a little, see I'm deep there, but a little bit in there, so I'm going to turn it a bit more. You'll see I'm actually sawing pretty quick. It's going in, and that's just because you're picturing when you're sawing. What you want to picture is like if you're sawing flat like this, it takes a lot more, and the sawdust that's in between the teeth comes out less. So the trick is you want to hit the angles. And that, your teeth can push out all that sawdust real quick and cut into the next bit of wood real fast. And you can see that corner right there, I got in real quick. Now, there's little tricks for cutting precise that I'm getting better at, and I'll show you in another video. For now, let's just get this done. So, still, saw around, saw. I'll tell you, Roy Underhill is a great guy to watch. Learning your hand tools, understanding how things work. He's a really good fella. He has great stories. He has all these history stories. He's actually he's an interesting fella. He's a woodwork. He's had a TV show for years, like a PBS type thing, except it's local for his area. And he also has a wood shop that he teaches wood shop course in. He has a house that's in a nice area, perfect for a woodworker. You can see it's got a little river and logs come floating down every year. On top of that, he's really close in with the historical site in the local area. So you can see I'm holding it up here. I'm holding the log up here. When I'm pushing, it's tending to do this. And so what I gotta do is I keep having to move back. I keep forgetting. Like, I don't need to be up close. And I'm just leaning into it. I'm out of breath here. It is work, don't get me wrong. You're working your muscles. But you know, it's not just leaning my body weight in on this side. And you find it going less aggressive, just turn the log a little bit. Because again, when it gets less aggressive, it's because you're then hitting that flat sawing again, and you got to turn it and get that angle. Hit the tip, cut through fast. Look at that. Not too long to go through a log. Got a nice clean cut there. That's going to go real nice on the lathe. She looking nice, yeah? That's a maple, no? Love it. Love it. Okay, so I showed you a couple things. How to use a DrawKnife and pull off the bark off the log. And also to get it, as round as possible, because there's not very many logs that are perfectly round. Then if you got a problem area, to saw through and chop that off pretty clean. I like using the tape, it helps a lot. And there we are. So the next step, in the next video, tomorrow or the next day I'll put it out. I'll show you how to mount this puppy onto the lathe. And then I will show you how to turn this into a Carvers mallet. Not a hard thing to do. The lathe has some basic concepts. Again, just like any other hand tool, it's all in the tool, not in the power. So, stay tuned. You'll get more from McGinn's Woodshop.